everyone, welcome to BIM Modeler. This is Raj. In this video tutorial, you'll be learning all details about the duct, how to create them, what are the settings available, what are the options available in the ducts. Just let us say that justification, automatic connection, how to use the inherit elevation, how to use the inherit size, all these options. First of all, what is duct? Duct are conduits or passage used in heating and ventilation and air conditioning to deliver and remove air to the room or space. The needed airflow includes, for example, supply air, return air, or exhaust air from the toilet and kitchens. Need to be removed from that. So it will be a passage. Types of duct. Based on shape, there is a rigid duct, which is rectangular duct, round duct, and oval ducts. You can see on the images round and oval and rectangular ducts. Flexible duct is available as like in this place it is flexible to places you can move it anywhere you want it. Semi-rigid ducts are also available, combination of these two. These are based on the shape of the duct. Types of duct based on the fitting. We have ducts which is based on the elbow connection, mitered elbow and radius elbow. You can see on the last two options, the radius elbow and the mitered elbow. And T connection, tap connections and T connection. There are two things. You can see that the T fitting is available here. In this place, you can see them. Tap connection is available in this place. Materials. What are the materials used in the ductworks? Includes rubber, stainless steel, polyurethane, silicone, PVC, and non-propylene. So deep polymer fabric also used. The fabric in the ductwork for a temporary or rental-based showcase places, we use fabric also. In this exercise, after completing this course, you have to do a complete floor plan, which is we started earlier. You have to complete one floor based on the connections available. So I'll be completing that in the end of the sessions of HVAC. I'll be giving you this exercise file, which is I'm starting it now. Available in the bimmodeler.com. You can download them and practice all the options. So this is the file which Duct's hands-on file. So when you're opening a Revit, and you can start the ductworks, which is from here. The duct option is available under System tab, Duct in the HVAC panel. You can take duct using the DT command as a shortcut. You don't have to press any enters, just press DT. Take the duct and you can draw the duct wherever you need. So if you are drawing it in the first place, in the first time, then you will be able to see that the ducts will come as a single line. And if you are in the section view, and you make sure that your detailed view, which is as in fine, so that it shows two line options like these. Otherwise, if it is in the coarse detail view, it will show as a single line. For the duct detail option is that create a duct DT, and you will be able to create like these, and based on the size it changes automatically. You can start the duct like these, and you can change the width and height like this. Instead of taking duct from this place, you will be able to right click on the duct anything if it is available. This is called duct connector, the rectangle square one with the dot, and you can drag them like these, and you can make it duct lengthiest one like this, or you will be able to change their dimensions like 6 meter, enter, automatically it will become 6 meter. And right click on the duct connection, and you will have the contextual tab, contextual menu, which is shows the draw duct option, draw duct placeholder, and cap options. These options related to the duct. Draw duct, take the duct, and start doing the modeling like this. As we discussed earlier, types of duct. There are three types of duct: rectangle duct, oval duct, and round ducts. You can take a section box out of this, and you will be able to see them on 3D. And you can see them, the oval duct is still, dimensions need to be modified, both the dimensions are similar like these. Coming back to the types, which is mitered elbow, you can see them. You can use the create similar, right click, create similar, try to create the same similar one on right side, so you'll be able to understand the same mitered elbow will come. By default, if you need to select the type while modeling, you will be able to use the type selector, which is available here, oval duct, rectangular duct, round duct. In each one of them, you see that mitered elbow, tab, and tees connection settings are available in this place. Based on your selection and based on your size defined and middle elevation value, you will be able to draw your duct. These options are important while you start it. And also it is important that you select the system type that you are modeling. For example, written here, you will be able to model it as we discussed earlier. This will be a pink color by default in the system default template. Similar to the radius elbow, you can create similar CS shortcut or right click on the option and use the create similar option in this page. And now if you draw, it will be a rectangular duct with the radius elbow on it. For this to practice, you need to create a junction. So like these, automatically tab junctions will be created if you are clicking on the right place. To make sure that you have connected use the automatic connect option like these so that it connects in the right place. You can practice the T connection, so the T will be created based on your practice. How to change the duct type? So once if you have created the mitered elbow or radius elbow, how do we change the type from one to the another? You select the duct by using the tab. If you are selecting single click, automatically single element will be selected. If you are using the tab key, automatically the whole connection will be selected. After selecting the tab and the whole element selector or window method, and you will be able to see these options in this place. There is a one option which shows change type. Use the change type option, then the option selected type selection will be shown. If you are not selecting anything on the contextual tab in this place, change type, it will show as multi-category selected. You have to click change type, it will show the type. You will be able to change them to a radius elbow like this. It says that open connection is there, still we have to do the connection. So similarly, you will be able to change their T connection, change type from T connection to tab connection, you will be able to change. So if you have made any changes on your project, you can select them and do that. So we have seen that each duct types have their own types. What if you need a new type which have a beveled or a shoe type connection on them in the tab? In that case, I'm selecting the tabs connection, and you can go ahead and edit type after taking the selection of duct. It is a duct property. You can duplicate them and say tabs or bevel tabs. Click OK. This is important setting that routing preference. Go to edit and you will be able to see that from here only automatically every connections are creating from your connections like these T's and tabs. In this place, our preferred junction type is tab, but our preferred duct junction, which is going to be a bevel type, so which is not available in this place. So we are using the load family option, and I'm using the use metric duct fittings rectangular type of duct, and we are talking about tabs. The tabs must be bevel type, so I'm selecting that family and loading into the project. Now you will be able to see them, which is loaded here. Select it, click OK, click OK. Now if I'm trying to create these types for the junction like this, the bevel type automatically creates in this place. What if you wanted to change this duct size, which is not available in this selection list, which may be a width or height? So we are using the rectangle type duct, so you can use the mechanical settings, which is MS shortcut. The dialog box will appear something like these, and you can select it under manage, MEP setting, mechanical setting. The same option available here, or under the system tab, you can use this arrow, which is automatically will help you to open the dialog box which is related to that setting. There are many options available to the settings. We'll be discussing only the rectangle size, oval size, and round size. We'll be discussing the other settings in the different. For the rectangle size, if you say that we need 50 diameter, so with 50 as size, and it's supposed to be used in the size list, it's supposed to be used in the automatic connection of duct routings. New size would be 50, and select OK. Automatically it will be added to this. Select OK. Now if you select duct and if you use the drop down and going up, it will show you the 50 at this size value in each place. It is not necessary that you have to add 50. Most of the sizes are already existing, so you can use them properly. How to change the duct elevation? If you see that we have discussed, you'll be able to create the ducts by using create similar, and you will be able to change the size and change the duct type and the exhaust systems or supply system based on the system type. You have the option to select elevations, what elevation you need. For example, we may need it in 500 height. You can go ahead and create the duct in the 500. So the elevation will be from the level will be 500. You can select them and see that. Previous duct will be around 1 or 1.6. If you select the other elements, you will be see their heights also. For example, if you need to create a duct which goes something like these, let me select all of these and going to the section box which is available here, PX as a shortcut. Now if you see that the duct goes in one elevation and move to the other elevations like these, and again it moves around in the place. If you want to create like this, something like these, you have to create a duct, draw the duct. Now if you want to change the elevation from 101 to 1 meter and right side and just click it, automatically it will give you the option. So the duct will be raised from this place to this place, and you can see that there are multiple fitting connections available in this place. You can see them on the 3D by using section box or 3D view. To clear view, I'm giving you section box. If you don't want to see all of them, use the left side property, section box, turn it off. You will be able to see all the elements. So we came in 101 and we moved to the 1000 millimeter. So this is how you will be able to create a duct elevation in a different elevation. How to connect different elevation ducts? For example, there are two ducts which is available in two different heights. If you see that they are straight, aligned together, and but the height it is 1000 and the other one is 102. If you want to connect them, as we discussed, you can right click on them, draw duct, and just click them. Automatically it will connect in sizes. If it is not aligned properly, you can use the modify command align and click the first duct, the duct to be moved to be clicked on second. Once it is done, you can use the drag and drop it on the other end. The connection happens. Similar to this place, you will be able to see them. There are two different heights available here in this ducts. You can use the trim and extend and click on the duct. The duct connection happens automatically. How to create a duct using section? Sometimes we may need to create a section view because we may have complex systems which cannot be created simply on the plan view. We have to double click on the section head after creating it and right click on them, go to view, and as we discussed, it is showing a single line. Make sure that you are having fine so that it shows in two lines. As discussed earlier, like right click on the duct, draw duct, and you will be able to draw it downwards. It shows the center line. Click, automatically the connection completes. How to change the duct justification? You can see that there are ducts options available. System, duct. You have the option to select the justification while you creating the duct. Create the duct justification, and you will have the center and middle option by default. If you want to change that horizontal center into a left or right side and vertical justification, let it be as middle, and you will be able to create the duct. Now if you see that your cursor point which sits on the side of the duct. Now if you change that width of the duct something like around 800, now if you see that the duct goes in one direction and the elements fittings will be aligned automatically based on their duct settings. How do we change? In this case, we have a wall in this place. We want to hang these ducts alongside of the wall. So we need to make a justification onto the side. Select the duct like this. The already existing duct after that selection will show the justify option. Click the justify. Now if you see that it shows the arrow which direction to be justified. So I'm saying that left side to be justified and finish it. That will be justification will be done. Use the align command AL or under modify tab align. Click the wall face, duct face. Now you will be able to hang them on the wall facing wall supports. In this case, if you see here, there are ducts which is available here. In these ducts, there are ceilings. Section box. Say for example, these ducts and duct fittings are available like these in the top of the in between of ceiling and roof, and we want to align them on the bottom justification. Select all the duct because we have to justify them because it has to be downside so that we will be able to place the hangers on all heights, all in the same place. Bottom side, finish it. The duct will be aligned, you will be able to hang them places. Closing the view. Coming back to the position, automatic connect options. If you see that earlier, duct connections we have made by using clicking on the place. This is not the purpose of creating duct connection, automatic connection. So if you see, if I'm trying to create a duct connection, if you see that there are two options. In this place there is no connection, and in this place there is a connection. If that automatic connection is on, if I try to create a same duct with the same elevation, so for example create similar with the same duct and same height, it creates automatically the fittings. In this place, if I turn off, if I try to create, it will not create the duct connection. In a similar way, if automatic connection is turned on, if I click a duct edge and click option, so the tab connection or whatever the types, T connection is automatically created. If the automatic connection is turned off, you will be able to create the duct, but the connection won't happen. You can use the trim and extend under modify tab, trim and extend these options, TE, click the edge of the duct and click the duct, the connection will happen. The duct automatic connection will be very useful to create the duct fitting automatically based on your record. Sometimes it may be difficult for us to manage, so it creates automatically duct between. Use it wisely. How to use the inherit elevation which is in a similar place? For example, do you know the height of this ducts or this ducts We may not be able to know the duct's heights all the time, so we will may forget it. In that time, if you are creating a duct from this place, if you are trying to create a duct, if you see that it is 101 in this place, automatically happens because the size is 101. Something like this, it will create a fittings automatically in this place. In this place, again it creates the fittings. Reason, these ducts are in different heights. I will make the control widget, and if I want to create in the same elevation, I can use the inherit elevation option. So automatically duct understands the height of the duct from the previous one, and it creates the duct straight duct from that. Let me create the inherit elevation, and automatically it creates in the same elevation. The another beautiful option is that if you are trying to create a duct from this connection, air terminal, click on them. If you are trying to create it, it shows no auto route solution found. This is a beautiful option that if you click the duct and use the inherit elevation, Revit automatically calculates the height of the duct need to be created so that the elbow will come. So automatically the height of the duct will be determined to something around 581.4 based on their connection requirement, automatically it creates. When to use inherit size? Similar to inherit elevation, you have to use them to understand their size. Unless if you want to understand their size, you have to select them and see their sizes, which is different, each one of them. If you don't want to check each one of them and change their size, use the inherit size and you will be able to create the same size of the duct. And if you want to create the same elevation and same size, you will be able to use both options and it will be great. Inherit size. How to create a duct tag. So you may be noticed while creating the duct or any other elements, you will be having the options tag on placement. If you have the tag loaded, I have a edited tag which is a duct tag which shows the duct size and the duct elevation, something like this. While creating the ducts, for each element it creates the tag. If you don't need the tag, you can turn it off and draw the ducts as you go. When you need it, after changing the size, you can use them wisely. If you need to tag the existing ducts tag, you have the option in annotation, tag by category. For this, you must have a tag loaded the project. Select the place that you want to place, like this. The ducts tag will be placed based on the category. That's it. So I hope this tutorial helped you. You can practice these ducts, how to place them, and then draw as much as possible in your practice model in this place. And after that, start the tutorial which we started earlier. Try to complete one floor, at least the ground floor, and let me know what you think. And if you have any doubts, leave the comment. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next